What's going on, viewers from the internet? I'm Variety Gamer 95, back for some more Kirby's Dream Land 3. I got a lot of numbers in my mind this time. So last time, my sibling and I completed the game together, the main game. This time, it's just me by myself, because a couple of things that I want to show pertain entirely to single player. You cannot call Gooey. Now, if you notice, the border is a little bit different here because I'm playing this on the Switch. I have a 100% complete file on here because even after clearing the game and getting all the heart stars, you're only at 97%. So there are a couple of things that I want to show. The first two things actually pertain to how you're supposed to clear certain heart star objectives. So yes, you can go back and do the objectives again after clearing them. Maybe I should have come in here with Kine already, but oh well. And as you saw in the Let's Play, whenever you play Kirby's Dream Land 3 solo, Kirby has 10 hit points. But if you play with Gooey, whether controlled by the AI or a second player, Kirby only has 8. You're essentially giving up 2 free hits to play with Gooey. Okay, so if you remember, we have to take Kine first to get to where we need to go to begin with. Okay, because of this current here. Now, I explained in the Let's Play that the way that I used to do this Heart Star objective was that I'd plug in a second controller, I'd go up here, I'd plug in a second controller, call it Gooey, and use that player to warp him. There's also the fact that, like I said, I thought that he would vanish if you left him off screen. Kine, I mean. Watch, I'll go as far as I can. Oops. As far as the game will allow. And lo and behold, Kine is still here. Of course, that's only one piece of the puzzle. But you notice that there are burning blocks on both the left and right sides of this stack here. So there's no burning in this large room itself, so we're supposed to get it. Burning is actually in this door, right here. See, there's the Galbo. And you notice that Kine and burning goes through walls. See? Just like that. Don't think I don't see you. Didn't see Squishy though. So we cannot... come on. We cannot bust that with Burn Kirby by himself. So we have to do this. Just like that. But the stone blocks are still in our way. And we still need stone. So you can see how he thought that Kine would just vanish if I left him off screen. Because there's a Rocky up here. Alright, so now that we have stone, we can remove these stone blocks. Right. You can't customize the buttons on the Switch Online. So I was tempted to press ZL to get rid of my power. Anyway, that's how you're supposed to clear this Heart Star objective. That's what you're intended to do, but what you saw in the Let's Play was how I did it for the longest time. You can actually skip the stage intros or pressing start after you've seen them once. I have no idea how I jumped on top of that Cappy, but I did. Anyway, it's not the end of the world if I die. Oops. Although, it wouldn't be a bad idea if I just went down to 0 lives, so that I could show the game over screen. Hold on, I know what I could do. Since the thought is in my head, okay, so I'll go over this in a little bit, but this is actually why I didn't want to play this game on the Switch. Because the rewind function, if you hold ZL and ZR. But I'll explain that in a little bit later. For now, this gives you a good excuse to show the game over screen. Alright. Okay, so here's the game over screen for Kirby's Dream Land 3. And then you go back to the title screen. Alright, so I think it'd probably be for the best if I just left him there. Because my next goal is to show how you're supposed to do the objective that I cheesed with my sibling once again. Alright, let me see here. I know there's health in the next room, but whatever. So the objective that you're intended to do with Koo and Stone is actually meant to be done a different way than what I showed in the Let's Play. Another thing that I unintentionally demonstrated but didn't acknowledge was that you can actually take control of an animal friend by lining Kirby and Gooey and pressing the X button. I believe Gooey can actually do the same thing. Right, Koo's not invincible like that. Kirby is. Okay, so remember to go to the bottom left. Hey, at least this time I can actually cheese the sections without a fear. Anyway, so this is how you're supposed to get this objective done. Yeah, carefully make your way through. Get rid of Stone. Okay, so we can slide atop the blocks. Remember that Kirby can bop the blocks with his head, which is a carryover from Superstar. And there you go. This is how you're supposed to get this objective done. And like I said before, you still need Koo. So let's go ahead and reset the game, because the next things that I want to show off pertain to a couple of the extras. So upon beating the game for the first time, you unlock the minigames. And okay, so just beating the game, you unlock the minigames. But if you get the true ending, you unlock Boss Butch right here. So you face all 6 bosses with no copy abilities, no breaks, no health recovery, and the bosses also have different backgrounds. They should all be on screen right now. A fun bit of trivia for this particular screen, and I don't know why this is the case. I got the image from Kirby Wiki. In the Japanese version, it actually says it has the Nintendo 64 logo up top, but it says Nintendo 16. And that's only in the Japanese version. I have no idea why. Additionally, if you hold down X, L, and R upon beating the final boss taking no damage, you'll actually get a perfect image instead of the credits. So for the minigames, the Super NES MG5. This gives me a good excuse to show off the different environments and the losing animations as well. I may actually show off Chef Kawasaki, albeit unintentionally. Okay, so let's pick the wrong one. And that's the first guy's losing animation. Just like in Boss Butch, you cannot call Gooey. I'm pressing A, but it's not doing anything. Alright, so here is number 2. This is what's different about Minigame 2. Huh. So that's what his losing animation looks like. This is actually my first time seeing this. Yeah. Never would have guessed that's what it looks like. Anyway, here's number 3. Here's what's different about Minigame 3. There we go. I know it's 4, but I'm getting it wrong on purpose. So this is his losing animation. So here's what's different about number 4. The background looks very mysterious, doesn't it? It kind of looks like the pyramid from 3-6. Okay, so here's what's different about Minigame 5. And this Chef Kawasaki's using animation. Okay, so at the end of Super NES MG5, your correct answers are tallied. You have to get all 15 answers correct. Should you actually manage to pull that off, this is what happens. Alright, now that I have that taken care of, if you can do all that, you can unlock this minigame, Jumping. So you can actually choose who you want to play the jumping minigame with, either Kirby solo or any of the 6 animal friends. I can actually show this off a little bit. You only get 1 hit, and the goal is to land on one of the smiley faces. It also plays the Gourmet Race remix. There we go, just barely got it. If you land this place with a tick, you automatically fail the challenge. There we go, got it, just barely. So if you want to unlock more content, there's a certain score that you have to get. And I believe it's 10. I should have that up right now. I already recorded all this footage, so I don't have to worry about actually succeeding in any of the challenges and cheesing it with rewinds. So if you manage to do all that and you get 100%, you unlock this question mark. Oh, I almost forgot. Simply beating the game actually changes this from sound to sound test. So you can hear all the game's music this way, including 2 unused tracks. Let's see. No. So yeah, here's unused track number 1. And I think unused track number 2 is 9. Yes, here it is. I wonder where this track would have played. Yeah, so those are the 2 unused tracks, and what this is, you can see the opening, the stage intros, you can see all 3 endings. This is the bad ending, which I didn't show in the Let's Play. This is the good ending, and this is the ending that you get for clearing boss fudge. What's different about that, you'll see in a little bit. So you can also see all of them at once. So here's the bad ending, for if you miss a single heart star. This ending actually tells you the names of all the enemies in the game. This is actually the only way you can see this, believe it or not, by getting the bad ending. Kirby's Dream Land 2 actually had the same deal, which I didn't show in that Let's Play for some reason. I didn't feel like playing the game again, okay? I said in Kirby's Dream Land 2 that part of it was, it is considered one of the hardest games in the series, sure. But if I had to speak the truth, it's because at the time that I Let's Play Dreamland 2, I was actually called back into work, and I wasn't exactly happy about that. Now, I actually appreciate my job a lot more after being told that the work I do is phenomenal by my boss. So if you're wondering why I was a little huffy during Kirby's Dreamland 2 compared to this game, that's actually why. That's the big reason. So I believe a lot of these enemies don't actually appear again in the Kirby series. A few of these enemies actually appeared in the Kirby anime, believe it or not. Joe the Shark, he made an appearance in the Kirby anime. So a few of these enemies actually made the return in 64, the Crystal Shards. That is a game that I plan on covering soon. But as it's a direct sequel to Dreamland 3, I'm not going to cover it immediately. It's going to be about 2 more games at least before I get to that one. A cloud named Loud, how about that? As for what my next Let's Play is, it will be Paper Mario The Thousand Year Door. Now that I know that it's not directly connected, so to speak, to the first game, I feel a lot less scummy about playing that with the second game before the first game. I could Let's Play Earthbound before Earthbound Beginnings, Mother 1, without a problem because of the way that the North American release of both games were handled. As for Mother 3, I don't know if I would actually be able to do that without getting in legal trouble. Yeah, here are the mini-bosses, by the way. Tells you their names, too. Unless I can find a workaround, or maybe the game gets an official localization. Yeah, right. So, what I'm basically saying is, unless I can somehow figure out the legal technicalities behind that, don't expect a Let's Play of Mother 3 from me anytime soon. Don't get me wrong, I would like to produce a Let's Play of the game, it's just, with my stance on emulation and the legal troubles that go with it, it's kind of a nightmare. especially if you know the big end's past with Let's Players. That's actually part of the reason why I'm hesitant to Let's Play Game Boy games on an emulator. So yeah, the bad ending shows that dark matter is still up there. And this is the ending that you get when you clear a boss butch. So at first glance, it looks like the good ending of the main game. What's different, however, first off, Adu actually draws a circle in the main game good ending, and here she draws an X. There's also the fact that the drawings are quite a bit different, see? Instead of being cartoonish, they're a lot more realistic. Additionally, Adu actually creates one or two drawings that are not in the good ending, as opposed to the boss butch ending. Well, I don't really have much to say. I already got rid of I already said what I needed to for in the good ending. Let's see, there's Aggro. Yeah, I don't know, he kind of looks like a dolphin in that sketch, doesn't he, rather than a killer whale? So, like I said, if you take no damage during boss butch and you hold XL and R, you get the perfect screen instead of the boss butch credits. So that's it for the bosses, and now we're moving on to the animal friends. I always found it kind of interesting how the credits of this game don't scroll. They just flash by with the drawings of the different characters. See, there's Koo. He looks a lot more realistic in that shot, doesn't he? He even has a yellow eye, which, for some reason, Koo's depicted as gray in this game, when normally he's a purple owl. He's even shown as purple if you take it with you on the map screen. But I don't know why he's gray in all other instances in this game. It's weird. There's realistic pitch as well. I think Rick is next? Yeah. There's Rick with his realistic hamster feet. He had his, like, little oval shaped feet or whatever in the other credits. There's Gooey. He looks like... this form is actually called mock matter. And he has a forked tongue, even though he has a normal tongue normally. So there's just a sketch of Kirby. And what's next is... there we go. There's dark matter. And I believe the next drawing is Zero. Yeah, there's Zero. And that just about does what I want to show for the extras. Next time at Kirby's Dream Land 3, I plan on covering all the copy abilities and all the animal friend combinations. See you then. Hey, those colors look familiar.